For me, the journey as an ABJLP has been one of constant learning over the years, that is. And I've been fortunate enough to work across different kinds of roles and also across a lot of brands over these years, which have helped me in this learning. And I think the milestones for me have been roles where I've been able to implement these learnings. So one such role was when I was brand initiative head for Allen Solly women's wear and non-apparel business, where I got to experience a fairly complicated business scenario. And then the second one was conceptualizing and launching Salmon Carter in India. That I think has been the most exhilarating role that I've done, something which I'm extremely proud of. And it has been, coming at such an early stage in my career, it has been an experience of a lifetime. So I think, yeah, these two roles where I feel that I've learned a lot and I've also given back to the organization have been key milestones for me. I always wanted to be in a consumer-facing industry, and where I could meet the end consumer and kind of talk to them. And fashion industry is especially one industry where the consumer behavior changes so frequently. So it's very interesting to kind of see people and see the consumer behavior changing and kind of derive insights when you meet people and get their feedback, so to speak. So I think that's what attracted me to the industry. Myths, I think the most common myth, of course, is that fashion industry is very glamorous, and I'm sure people think that we are sitting in fashion shows, having parties, but that's far from reality. There's a lot of hard work and long hours that go behind for the team, and it means months of hard work and hours of going through, looking at swatches of fabric, looking at trims, going through multiple iterations, a lot of number crunching that goes for planning your sales in the end. And eventually, how to bring alive the collection that you've created into the store and how to kind of give the best retail experience to the customers in the store. So I think a lot of hard work that goes behind it, whereas the glamour part is something that's rarely there. Advice that I'd like to give is that one is not to shy away from doing the groundwork. And taking my example, when I started working in ABFRL, I started as a store manager in Louis Philippe stores, and I did that for 1 year. And that experience, gave me a perspective of not only the basics of the business, but also helped me develop a consumer-facing outlook in terms of how to meet the consumers, how to derive insights by observing the consumer behavior. So I think that really helped me in my career. The second would be not to be afraid to take risks. I think it's very important to expand your horizon, to take up challenging opportunities, to look at different roles in an organization that the organization may have to offer, and just to enrich yourself with that experience. So I think these two are very important. In terms of trends, I believe digital is one trend which is extremely important across all the industries right now. And so is the case for fashion and apparel. And it's not only about the e-commerce skill of building a business online, but it's also about driving clarity of thought and communication through digital marketing in this area. So I think developing that digital perspective and skills around it right now is a big trend and is very important to understand. First is develop your consumer understanding. It's very, very important to know who your consumer is. And that's a continuous process because the consumer behavior also keeps on evolving. Our CEO Vishak, every time he goes to the market, even now, he attends to the consumers. And that's the culture that internally all of us have imbibed here. So I think that would be one. Second would be, which I was telling earlier, that take risks, learn new things, and take up challenging opportunities. And I'd especially say so for anybody who's in ABG, because ABG has such a nurturing environment. It helps you learn. So I think taking up new opportunities or taking up challenging assignments helps you not only professionally but also to develop personally as well. one should never stop learning. It's very important that in a world that is changing so drastically now, it's very important for us to keep upgrading our skills. So it is it is not only about staying relevant, it is also about staying ahead of the times.